This is the Simulation Football League, and welcome to our broadcast of the conference semifinals. Tonight, we've got Orlando and Santa Fe, Queen City and Louisville, and alongside Stephen Mullinex, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. And Stephen, we are in for what shapes up to be, hopefully, another tremendous night of SFL football.
Yeah, we had a couple great games last night, right down to the end. They're very competitive. I mean, we expect anything less from this league. That in the postseason, the games are going to bring, the teams are going to bring their A game. And we had some great games last night. Hope to duplicate that tonight.
Tonight, it's our first game of the Thursday night action. Santa Fe and Orlando, the top team in the Teal. They won it by beating Sioux Falls in Week 12 in an SFL Classic. But Orlando already has a win on Santa Fe this season.
It was a solid win, too. I mean, it was a good win for Orlando. And you know, I've said this from the beginning of the season. We've talked about this. For me, Orlando is the biggest enigma that exists in the SFL. From week to week, you never know what type of team you're going to get. They're capable of beating the top tier teams some weeks, and then they're capable of losing to some of the lesser end teams. So who are we going to see tonight? What kind of game we're going to get out of Orlando tonight is going to be a big storyline.
We were discussing in prep that these two teams are probably the more polar opposite of one another than in any other playoff matchup that we had in this first round this season. Orlando wins with defense and Santa Fe wins with offense. It's a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, and you're talking about Santa Fe, you're talking about offensive fireworks. I mean, they are explosive, and we've seen that throughout the year. And on the other side of the ball, Orlando's offense will be, what will they bring tonight? Are they going to be able to match that explosiveness? And I know the defense, which is solid, is one of the best in the league, and they limit that fireworks show that Santa Fe is going to bring. There's some really compelling storylines tonight.
It's almost like the more compelling thing, maybe. I mean, we already know that Santa Fe offense, Orlando defense is good, but seeing that Orlando offense against that Santa Fe defense, whoever wins that battle may be the winner tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's going to fall on the shoulders of their quarterback, Connor Pyatt. You know, what kind of, is he going to bring his A game tonight? Can he limit those turnovers that he's had some trouble with this season? And he's going to take advantage of the Santa Fe's secondary that ranks pretty low in pass defense. So, you know, Connor Pyatt, he's probably going to need to shoulder a big load if they're going to try and outscore Santa Fe.
Kickoff from Santa Fe is next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Mexico City, Mexico. Tonight, it's the 10-2 Santa Fe Gorillas and the 6-6 Orlando Intimidators. And alongside Stephen Mullinex, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. And we've got a tremendous ball game, and we're going to see tonight if the SFL hype in the postseason can continue after a brilliant first night of playoff action. These two teams and these four teams overall, Stephen, they have a lot to compete with.
Yeah, absolutely. And the stars will shine bright in Mexico tonight. We've got a couple of the best wide receivers in the game on the Santa Fe's side of the ball. You can't go wrong with Nick T. Quick and Juan Bosco. They're just the two of the best in the SFL. On the other side of the ball, A.J. Lacoste, the cornerback for the Intimidators, can he wrangle some of that Santa Fe offensive firepower? Is he going to be able to stop at least whoever's on his side of the ball? Those are going to be key matchups tonight.
So we're about to get underway from Santa Fe. And it's another night of SFL playoff action. And we're certainly ready to go. So is Santa Fe. Gorillas kick it. We're underway. Zach Clark will return from 2 yards deep in the end zone. Deloa Hankins is the kicker, the star kicker for Santa Fe. And Orlando will start on offense from their 20-yard line. So it'll be interesting. We'll get that first look at Connor Pyatt versus that Santa Fe Gorillas defense here on the opening drive, just a few seconds in. Connor Pyatt is under center to start the game just outside the 20-yard line for the Intimidators. And Connor Pyatt will start the game with a pass. He'll throw it outside. That pass is caught by Nathan Chambers, and Chambers will pick up 7 yards and be dragged out of bounds. 2nd and 3 coming up for Orlando. Nathan Chambers has been a huge part of this team's offense over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody that doesn't get enough credit, Cam, and he's actually leads this team in receptions. And tonight he's going to have to be a big factor in order for them to try to outscore Santa Fe.
A 2nd down and 3 yards to go for Orlando after the 7-yard catch from Chambers, and Orlando's going empty set here. Connor Pyatt coming out firing against this Gorilla defense, showing no fear in the playoffs. That pass down the middle of the field is nearly intercepted. Pass intended for Isaac Perez. As Pyatt throws an ill-advised pass into traffic.
Yeah, but Cam, you gotta like the game plan early here. They want to try and take advantage of Santa Fe's 15th ranked pass defense. We saw the Maulers come out last night and have a great start. Orlando needs something similar here.
It's interesting. 15th ranked pass offense for Orlando, 15th ranked pass defense for Santa Fe. It'll be very compelling to see who wins. Zach Parker is going to be dragged down behind the line, a loss of 2 on the play, and over there to make the tackle initially, I believe, maybe Avon Sanchez there, and it's 4th and 5.
Not a big fan of that play call, Cam. You're there in a 3rd down, and you decide to run the ball for the first time tonight. I thought for sure they were going to try and get that through the air.
So Orlando will punt it away. Returned by Chris Davis up to the 37-yard line, and we'll get our first look at Matt Wilson. Sorry, I don't know how I couldn't remember his name. We got a lot going on here, folks. We're trying to get the audio situated for you. But Matt Wilson on the field now for Santa Fe.
Yeah, excited to see what Matt Wilson does here as the top passing yard leader in the league this season, 414.7 yards a game.
3 receivers back to pass. Wilson sidearm throw. That pass is caught for a pickup of 4 yards to Chris Davis, and Matt Wilson likes to get all of his receivers active and involved early, and he's got Davis with his 2nd touch of the day.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, he's got a talented trio there of receivers. Let's get them involved early. Let's get some of these receivers going early, and it'll pay dividends for you as the game goes on. 3
receivers, 2 off the right side for Santa Fe. Wilson is out of the gun. Jay Calvin Kim is off his left side, and Matt Wilson will fire it deep down the field. That pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted. Nick Nitro and I believe A.J. Lacoste out there on Miles Morales, the Santa Fe tight end. 3rd down for Santa Fe.
Yeah, you got to like that for Orlando. If you're Orlando, you got to like the physicalness that your defensive secondary is bringing there, that's essentially knocking the ball out of his hands. It's a good job by Orlando there.
9:14 to go in the first quarter. No score as Santa Fe is trying to move the chains and avoid a 3-and-out, as Orlando could not on their first possession. Matt Wilson, against some pressure, throws an interception, and getting up and returning it back the other way is Rodney Woods to the 45-yard line. A 1st down for Orlando and an early Matt Wilson turnover here at home.
Well, Orlando ranks 7th in the league in pass defense, and you know exactly what Santa Fe is going to bring. And they're going to bring a lethal passing game. That's a good game plan by Orlando to play that pass, and look, it's paying off right now.
So a couple of minutes into this game, Stephen, and Orlando's already forced a turnover. We were talking earlier about just how many turnovers they forced. That's what this defense relies on.
Yeah, and that's great, and that's going to be key to this game. But their offense has got to get something going to take advantage of it.
Hand off to Zach Parker up the middle, and that's Sanchez there again on the stop. 2 tackles for Ivan Sanchez here early, and it's 2nd down and 10 for Orlando, and both offenses are struggling early, and that's Orlando's game.
Yeah, it really is. It plays into their hands, playing that maybe game of possession or time of possession game for them. But look, they're coming out here in a no-back set.
Back to pass out of the empty, and Connor Pyatt's going long, and that pass is knocked away beautifully. Jimmy Cash, who I believe felt a bit slighted by the inside the SFL voting for Defensive Rookie of the Year, but Jimmy Cash is no joke out there, and he took away a touchdown just then.
And that is Jimmy Cash's bread and butter. 1.8 passes defended per game. Cam, that's number one in the league.
Yeah, Jimmy Cash really has had a tremendous rookie season, and he hasn't done it with size. He does it with quickness, and he's just really in the right place at the right time at all times. As back to pass is Connor Pyatt. He'll fire it deep down the middle, and that's intercepted the 33. Pass midfield. This could be a pick six. All the way, it's Adam Okoye. Past the 20, past the 10, and down to the 6-yard line. Adam Okoye, who is a very underrated defender on the Santa Fe defense, picks off Connor Pyatt, and Orlando makes the first extremely costly mistake of this ball game.
Huge play. Could be the play of the game, Cam. Okoye doesn't get enough attention, the attention he deserves. Leader in tackles, but makes a great interception here. And look at the yards that he picks up. Puts that offense in great field position. This is where we see Kim and his 15 rushing touchdowns right here, Cam.
8:17 to go in the first quarter, and Santa Fe finds themselves in a first and goal situation down at around the 6-yard line after the brilliant interception return by Adam Okoye, as Jay Calvin Kim gets his first carry of the night down to the 3.
I really like how this Santa Fe offense is set up. Their main playmakers are deep threats, but don't underestimate Kim. Kim can get those short yardage gains for you, and he can get these types of touchdowns for you.
8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Deathly start for Orlando here. Not the kind of start the road teams got off to last night, as Jay Calvin Kim is into the end zone. That's a Santa Fe Gorilla touchdown, and the Gorillas have to like the start that they've gotten out of their defense. It's turned it into a 6-point advantage.
And this may be the difference in the game, Cam. One team, it scores off a turnover, the other one doesn't. So, it is so important. They talk about the importance of getting points off turnovers or after turnovers, and Santa Fe cashes in. Let's see how it affects the game.
Hankins on for the extra point for Santa Fe, as it's the Gorillas who are on the board first. Just getting underway here on the SFL Network on Twitch TV. Teal Conference Semifinal. The winner will take on Minneapolis, who got the big win last night over Sioux Falls. And just reflecting back on that game just a little bit, Stephen, of just how well Sioux Falls played in the loss. It was just a tremendous effort by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a tough task to go into Sioux Falls and against a rowdy playoff crowd and get a win. That's it was a monumental task and keeps them alive one more game. What a great game that was.
Zach Clark from the 1. He gets smacked down at the 20-yard line. And if you're Orlando, I feel like you have to start establishing Zach Parker at some point. They've tried him a couple of times. He's got nothing going. Because I don't think Connor Pyatt in your 15th ranked pass offense is going to get you there.
I know, Cam. I was thinking the exact same thing. Connor Pyatt has been going deep here in the first couple of series. Does now, after the interception, does he dissuade from that? Is he going to go maybe shorter or go through Parker now?
Trips off the right side for Connor Pyatt, and he is still throwing, down the field. The ball is popped up in the air and picked off again at the 41-yard line down to the 34. That is Adam Okoye again. He's got 2 picks in 3.5 minutes.
This could be the greatest game for Okoye. He could have a career game tonight. He's already got 2 interceptions so early in the game. This went off a little batted ball. Great concentration there by him. But if you're Connor and this Orlando offense, man, you're hanging your head right now. That's too early punches in the mouth.
Alongside Stephen Mullinex, I am Cameron Irvine, and you're watching the SFL playoffs on Twitch TV. Stephen, that ball bounced right off of Lorenzo Allen's hands. It looks like he just dropped it.
Well, it's a good strategy trying to go deep, trying to pass the ball against Santa Fe. Orlando might not have the personnel to do it.
Matt Wilson going long. That pass is caught for a touchdown. Miles Morales has put Santa Fe up big early, and this one could get out of hand fast if Orlando doesn't wise up.
Through the air, on the ground, Santa Fe looks unstoppable right now. They've been that way at home. We knew that they have a lot of offensive weapons, Cam, and they're showcasing them right now. Unbelievable.
T-Money saying that he's a troll in the chat room. What do we do to trolls around here, man?
We should kick him out.
Yeah, probably should. What do you think about that, T-Money? Extra point for Hankins is good. Right now, the Gorillas are trolling Orlando with this ridiculous fast start, and I'm just not liking the vibe I'm seeing out of Orlando. Now, last night we saw two teams, well, Minneapolis specifically, race out to a fast start, but they were the underdog. They were the team that no one expected. It's hard to imagine that Orlando, the heavy underdog on the road, is going to be able to dig out of this mess. I mean, they have no first downs and 2 turnovers right now.
Yeah, that is true, Cam. And actually, I thought about the other game from last night, and Baltimore had to come back on Dallas, and although they were at home, that's a big difference there. But we've seen it happen. We saw Baltimore get back into that game last night after being down, I believe, 17. And so, it's not impossible, but you just can't like what you're seeing from this offense so far. But maybe one of these, like with Baltimore, maybe one of these long, deep passes will pay off here soon.
Orlando goes empty again with 4 receivers, 2 to either side. And back to pass is Connor Pyatt. He's going to fire again down the field, this time wide open. Past the 40 down to the 43. That was Zach Parker out wide.
Wow.
Tremendous play call there from Orlando. And maybe it's very an interesting strategy right now, because often, especially the 15th ranked pass offense, you often see them sort of cower in the corner after a really bad start, but they are still firing away at Santa Fe.
Very creative play call there, Cam. How many play calls do you have where you get your halfback in the slot and have him do a go route? That's just that may be the spark this Intimidator offense needs to get going.
So 1st down and 10. Connor Pyatt's going to change the play. 4 minutes in. Orlando has dug themselves a significant hole. They're going to try to hand it off to Parker. This time he's going to cut it back left side. Got a great block. And Parker, good open field tackle by Jimmy Cash there. Stops that run. That could have been a score. 1st down to the Santa Fe 43.
Well, hey, that's 2 back-to-back great tackles by Cash. Both of those players would have been gone for the score if Cash wasn't there. But, hey, you got to like the fact that Parker was able to find the edge on this Santa Fe defense, one defender away from cutting this lead in half.
Really nice kick-out block there from Orlando's line. That was the right guard over there, pulling a couple of creative play calls here back-to-back for the Intimidators. And now Zach Parker's going to hurdle a defender. He's going down the sideline. Got another block inside the 15 down to the 10. Zach Parker's getting rolling, and Orlando has got a 1st and goal.
It's been the Parker show on this drive, and it has paid off huge. They went to him in the past. They're going to him in the run. They're just saying, hey, big fella, we need you right now, and he has come to play.
Adam Okoye, that last tackle, and we've got plenty to say about Adam Okoye tonight already, what he's done on the season and what he's done in this game. It's a 1st and goal at the 9 for Orlando. Down to 6 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Connor Pyatt's out of the shotgun, and Pyatt will throw to the end zone. That is caught for a touchdown. What an answer. It is Zach Parker again out of the backfield. And wow, that was nothing short of shocking. After the first 3 drives resulted in 0 first downs and 2 turnovers for Orlando.
I don't think I've ever seen a team on one offensive series just pound it with one guy. Just one guy over and over again through the run and the pass. Tremendous. That's an entire highlight reel in one offensive series for Parker right there. Amazing.
How important on the road is that for Orlando? A huge answer. Unbelievable.
On top of being down by 14, Cam. I mean, not just on the road and not just the underdogs, but down 14. It's immeasurable how important that series was for Orlando. We could look back on that as the turning point in this game.
The extra point for Orlando is good, so they get the response. It's now up to their defense, which has worked with a couple of short fields to this point to get busy and get going.
Yeah, but I think you had the feeling that the length of field for the Santa Fe's type of offense, doesn't come into play sometimes, especially with that long pass. Then he could have scored from 100 out.
If you're just joining us, Adam Okoye already has 2 interceptions. Jay Calvin Kim and a touchdown pass from Matt Wilson and Miles Morales helped Santa Fe up to a 14-0 lead. And then Zach Parker on a reception in very unique ways and situations a couple of times on that drive, getting Orlando into the end zone. And Matt Wilson will begin from his 31-yard line. Good field position for the Gorillas as they start their third possession of this ball game.
Let's see if that hot hand continues here for Santa Fe's offense.
So back to pass, Matt Wilson, deep ball. Boy, that was a dangerous throw. A.J. Lacoste, who's tied for the league lead in interceptions, was all over Juan Bosco. He makes the catch anyway for a first down.
Yeah, that's a dangerous pass, but if you're going to throw that kind of a dangerous pass, Juan Bosco's likely the best receiver in the league to do that with, maybe other than Jordan Jennings. If you're going to take that kind of risk, the veterans' hands are the ones you want to be throwing it to.
Yeah, but that almost looked like a timing route, Stephen. He just knows that Bosco's going to go up and get that.
Good connection, man. You can't downplay experience in this league. It means something.
Wilson, deep ball. Oh, did he pick it up? No, Nitro picked that one off the carpet. Man, he almost had another one. That was Roderick Kelly initially, and then watch Nick Nitro almost scoop this one up.
Wow. Yeah, if he would have come away with that, that would have rivaled the interception we saw last night against Dallas, the Crabs in the back of the end zone. What a great athletic play. Boy, if he almost got that one right there. Wow, close.
Man, that was pretty wild there. I thought there for a moment it was rolling around on his arm, and Nitro was just going to come over and scoop that one up. 3 receiver set for Santa Fe. It's a 2nd down and 10 after Wilson's shot fell incomplete. Outside route to Nick T. Quick is caught for a pickup of 3, and that's Quick's first catch of the night, a top 5 receiver in the SFL.
That's essentially a run for Santa Fe there, that 3-yard gain. Just going to give you a manageable 3rd down. You're not going to have to get the full 10 here, so it makes it a little bit easier on them on the out route there.
So a 3rd down and 7 makes the 3rd down a little bit more manageable for Santa Fe, but Orlando is looking for a big-time stop after they had a ferocious answer offensively. An out route to the outside. Nick T. Quick runs that short of the sticks and really gives Orlando a break. Very unusual seeing Santa Fe's offense inefficient like that.
I normally, and I've told you about this, we talked about this yesterday, Cam, but I don't like throwing in front of the sticks on 1st down. Just doesn't make any sense. But I see what Santa Fe was trying to do there. Nick T. Quick, he lives up to his name. That's a quick fella right there. And if he could have turned the corner there, he would have got significant yardage. But just the route they were just positioned in the wrong place there.
This is a good punt. It's going to bounce inside the 5-yard line and down to the 2-yard line. What a kick there for Santa Fe and Orlando. If the deck wasn't already stacked up against them, it sure is now. We've seen a lot of Adam Okoye so far, and there's a couple of safeties in this game that are tremendous. Okoye and Nick Nitro lead their teams in tackles. They just have done it all this year.
Yeah, their contributions have been amazing this year, and we've seen it already tonight with Okoye with 2 interceptions. Almost one there.
On the 2-yard line, that is a safety for Santa Fe. So Sanchez and Cabrera blow that one up in the backfield. Sanchez has had a big part in this opening quarter, and Orlando has just got that. They can't take that chance. And just like that, Santa Fe is back up by 9. And Orlando really is just shooting themselves in their own foot.
Yeah, can't do that, Cam. I mean, you already got the card stacked against you. You're down. You're away. You can't make those kind of mistakes. But Santa Fe's defense is stepping up, saying, "Hey, you guys aren't talking enough about us."
Colin Douglas returning the safety punt back nearly to midfield. Haven't seen a lot of Colin Davis returning punts and kicks out there. But the Gold Star corner makes the most of it. Santa Fe's going to have tremendous field position already with a 2-score lead.
The rich get richer, Cam. They get that safety and they get great field position. An offense that has been going pretty good here.
So 4:13 to go in the first. Santa Fe has the potential to continue to dominate the Intimidators here. Orlando had that one great drive, and they really haven't gotten to move anywhere offensively besides that one drive. Meanwhile, Chris Davis has another catch. He picks up 7 yards, and we've already seen all of Santa Fe's stars outside of Kim with receptions here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're spreading the ball out. They're now they're showing some patience, Cam. They're going to use a little bit of this clock here, and I know it's still early in the game, but they're just methodically, looks like they just want to kind of just matriculate it down the field.
Colin Douglas. I must have said Colin Davis by mistake. You know, Stephen, they always catch journalistic mistakes. They never catch all the things we do right. Isn't that sad?
Well, you know what? It's part of the game. You know, it's part of what we do. What we're trying to do, guys. We're just trying to give you a realistic experience. But we're also just two guys having a good time too.
J. Calvin Kim on that last run, his first carry of the night, and we talk a lot about J. Calvin Kim. This guy's no joke at the bronze level.
Yeah, no, he's proving some doubters wrong as he's continuing to find success even here in the playoffs.
Back to pass, Juan Bosco with that catch, a pickup of 6. It looked like a bump coverage there from Orlando, and they just let him go outside. And, Orlando is probably satisfied with giving up the out route. They'll take that.
Yeah, but probably not. Didn't think they'd be down by this much so early, Cam.
Right.
So this kind of plays into Santa Fe's hands here. This defense is going to have to make some plays because their offense has been sputtering a little bit.
Second and 4 rather, with 3:10 to go. Calvin Kim took a huge shot. That's Reese Walsh making that play. A pickup of just 2. Another important third down for Santa Fe, which they have struggled so far tonight on third down.
Yeah, and they're right at the edge here for the field goal range, Cam. Important for them not to lose yardage here, so they have another opportunity to score.
Third down and 2, 16-7. Santa Fe a couple of touchdowns off the turnovers and got a safety. A counter to J. Calvin Kim. And, they gave him the first. Wow. I don't think so. Wow. That's got to be a challenge right there.
Yeah, he looked like he got swallowed up there, Cam. Way I got at least a couple feet away from the line there.
I think this is going to go in favor of Orlando. It almost looked like the officials prematurely gave him the first down, even before he was on the ground.
Sometimes our angle can be a little deceiving, Cam, so let's take a look and see what this replay camera can show us. Are we missing something right there at that turn?
He may have gotten it.
Did he get the nose over the part of the line there now?
That's tough to see. I still don't think he did, though, but it was much closer than I thought it was the first time.
And remember that yellow line might not accurately show where it's at the first time.
Looks like they're going to reverse the call, and Ramos Lynn wants to know what's up with that, as he thought maybe there wasn't enough evidence. There wasn't really a definitive angle that showed that he didn't get the first down, and looks like Santa Fe's offense for the time being is staying on the field.
That's well, you know what? If I'd be upset if I was Santa Fe as well, because usually if the call on the field has to be overturned with enough evidence. I didn't see enough evidence there. 4th
down and inches, and it looks like they're hard counting them down to 12 on the play clock. Orlando's trying not to budge, down to 8 on the play clock, and Santa Fe is probably going to have to bring out Hankins to kick this field goal, as they're going to have to burn a timeout. And all things considered for Orlando, if they end up right back where they were, down 2 touchdowns with all of the negatives that have happened in this first quarter, when we've seen their offense in a rhythm, it's looked good tonight.
Well, in this type of game, I mean, if you're Orlando, you have to take the positives when they come. It's a nice defensive stop for them. Let's not forget that, though, this great field position came off a safety. So this could be a 5-point advantage here for Santa Fe. Orlando, you're digging yourself even into a further hole here, but it could have been much worse.
Yeah, basically almost another touchdown for Santa Fe just off a great special teams play. And it's been special teams and defense tonight, not offense for Santa Fe that's gotten them this far. 45-yard field goal for Hankins is up and good. He is almost automatic. And Santa Fe has built a 19-7 lead here in the first quarter in Mexico. And, Stephen, we've seen now 3 straight games where one team or another gets out to surprisingly a fast start, and it hasn't always been the home team or the road team, and we've had to see teams battle back. It's funny how these games seem to play out.
But you know what? I do think this is different in Cam, in the sense that I think Santa Fe, as of right now, have been dominating in all 3 phases of the game, offensively, defensively, and on special teams, Cam. So that's something I think is a little bit different, where it seemed like maybe there was an inkling that on one side of the ball that they weren't doing a great job. Santa Fe has been complete game.
And the only answer that, or the only weapon for Orlando that has bothered Santa Fe is Zach Parker, and he really bothered them the first time these two teams met.
But yeah, you got to think that Santa Fe recognizes that defensively, and they need to key in on him. But yeah, their only scoring drive, Cam, everything went to Parker.
All of it.
Passes, the rushes, everything. Let's expect more of that, I would imagine.
Hyatt back to pass. He's going to flip it outside. That is Lorenzo Allen. Good to see him involved. Actually, doesn't even have the most receiving yards on his team this year. That belongs to Nathan Chambers. And this guy is talented. This guy has been a top receiver before.
Yeah, and you know what? They're going to need him to step up in this game if they're going to get back into it at a rowdy home game here. You know, you're going to need all of your star players to get you out of this hole. Allen's a big part of that.
Orlando's in the gold tonight. Santa Fe is in the orange, and Zach Parker breaks off a tackle. Zach Parker down to midfield. He is the kryptonite of this Orlando squad, and he is just making things happen.
Well, he's running hard, Cam. He seems like he's playing on another level than all the other stars on that side of the ball for Orlando. This guy recognizes this is a playoff game, Cam. I'm bringing my A game. Maybe he can inspire the others to get going.
Yeah, Zach Parker is a wily veteran. The guy knows when it's time to step up, and he actually missed a playoff game for Orlando that they lost to the New York Knights back in the day, 20-9, because he was out with an injury. But obviously this guy is he gets away for a first down to the 38-yard line. This guy is super valuable, and on top of it, he's the highest paid player in the league.
Oh, man, you got to love a guy that can break tackles. It's flashy. This guy, it personifies what this whole Intimidator team should feel right now. This guy is playing one heck of a game so far. This offense, they're going to try and get back through it with Parker. I really hope it inspires the rest of the team to pick it up a little bit.
2 receivers, 1 on either side, and Orlando is right back into Santa Fe territory, and back to pass, looking for Chambers, wide open, and Chambers, he dropped it. No. Couldn't make the play. I thought he caught it too, Steven, and Chambers just comes up empty, and it's 2nd and 10.
You got to be kicking yourself if you're Orlando. You needed that. He was wide open, Cam. How does he get that wide open? This secondary has been playing outstanding. What a missed opportunity right there.
And if Pyatt would have put that right on the numbers, he would have been gone. Yes. And that's a couple of diving opportunities that Orlando's had that they've dropped. The one interception, and then that pass to Chambers. Connor Pyatt took a heavy hit and just dumps it off to a tight end for a pickup of 3. 3rd down and 7 for Orlando coming up. They are just outside of field goal range.
Yeah, Cam, they're knocking right on the door. They need some points here. They've got to come away with some points. This is a good opportunity. Let's see if they can cash in.
40 seconds to go in the first. 3rd down and 7. Trips off the left side for Orlando, trying to maybe at least get into some field goal range, and Pyatt will drop back to pass. He's got all the time in the world. Fires down the middle. It's dropped and off the hands. Orlando is just hurting themselves. They haven't had a terrible game from the standpoint that they can't move the ball. They just They just have missed a ton of opportunities here.
Well, you know, the last one we said Parker didn't put it on the numbers. Parker, good pass there by Parker, getting it in. There's a lot of orange shirts in that area for Connor Pyatt. I apologize. Good pass by Pyatt. Parker just drops it.
So Orlando will try to pin Santa Fe deep. This is another good punt inside the 10-yard line, and a good stop at the 4. That'll give Matt Wilson a lot of field to work with as Santa Fe starts back deep. Orlando would love to get a safety of their own. Don't forget that coming up next, Queen City and Louisville will start hopefully as close to 8 Central, 9 Eastern as possible as the undefeated Wolfpack try to continue their run and advance to the conference championship game to take on Dallas.
Well, Cam, if you can't get the field goal there, go ahead and have them get them in their own territory.
Matt Wilson's pass is intercepted at the 28-yard line and past the 20, past the 15, down to the 10 with 1 second to go in the first quarter. That was Rodney Woods, his second interception of the night. And now Orlando is in big business.
Goodness gracious. Now the defense steps up again, Cam. This offense has got to be inspired by the play of Parker, by the play of their defense. This will do a lot for their confidence here if they can get in the end zone, Cam.
Orlando has the number 2 scoring defense, 24.5 points per game given up. Santa Fe just 14th. They give up over 30 points per game. It's the second straight season that they've done so since they were number 1 in the league, had one of the best defenses, if not the best, in SFL history that first year in the league. A fade to the back of the end zone is knocked away beautifully by Santa Fe's coverage. Pass intended for Nathan Chambers. That is the end of the first quarter with the score, Orlando 7, Santa Fe 19. But the Intimidators are knocking on the door again. We will return to Gorilla Park in a moment. This is the SFL Network.
Number 5 is back to the clean after. Number 4 will hold the kick. The point is good.
The reaction time by those defensive backs giving Chambers an opportunity to go up and get that ball.
Sorry about that. We didn't have the audio on.
Oh, they missed some good stuff.
Yeah, they missed some good stuff. I said things about invisibility cloaks that you can't take back, and yeah, it's just that's why you gotta. That's why we raise the bar. Get a plane ticket to DFW, and then you'll never have to miss anything.
Well,
sorry, guys. Seriously, sorry, guys.
What a great rocket pass there. There's a lot of arm behind that pass by Pyatt that gave his wide receiver Chambers an opportunity to go up and get that ball in the middle of the zone, Camp. Those defensive backs, they looked frozen.
Yeah.
For just a moment, and that gave that slight opening. And for as much junk that we say about Pyatt's accuracy issues, that ball was great the placement.
And don't look now, but Connor Pyatt's got more touchdowns right now than Matt Wilson, 2-1. I don't think we would have expected that coming into the game, as Matt Wilson will drop back to pass. He'll fire it short, and that pass is caught by Nick T. Quick, and you can see it out of the Santa Fe offense. It is very, very important when you're playing the Gorillas to tackle well in space.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are explosive after the catch. One of the guys that's most explosive is Davis. You know, we don't talk a lot about him because he kind of gets lost in this whole group of stars that they have offensively. But Davis will light you up after he catches the pass.
So Matt Wilson on the 2nd down and 4 will hand it off to J. Calvin Kim. He is stuck in the backfield. Orlando's run defense is spectacular. I would not expect too much room for J. Calvin Kim tonight. Parker is still over 10 yards a carry. It is 3rd and 5 for Santa Fe.
Well, yeah, it's Orlando's rushing defense, #1 in the league. So probably not many holes out there for Kim.
So 19 to 5. Golly, it's just incredible what Orlando has accomplished to keep themselves in this ballgame so far. But a good pass to Chris Davis for the 1st down to the 48. And I may have spoke too soon. And now Santa Fe is going up tempo.
No, I don't think you spoke too soon. Well, I'll let you commentate this point.
Maybe you're speaking too soon.
I am.
Chris Davis picks up 2. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep track of down and distance. Well, I'll just let you know. 2nd down and 9 at the 49-yard line for Santa Fe. Matt Wilson and the Gorillas offense working incredibly fast and pretty effectively, although Juan Bosco seemed to not know where the 1st down line was. It is 3rd down and 1 now for Santa Fe. Another 3rd down and short. And Wilson into Orlando territory, will throw again. Wilson's got nobody open, finally dumps it off short, did just get a 1st down, and I'll take a breath here.
Well, it looked like he had all day to pass there, Cam. You got to congratulate the offensive line for giving him time to get that ball out.
Orlando's getting no pressure on Wilson. Wilson back to pass again. He has got a good pocket, and another good pass right on the money. Nick T. Quick down to the Orlando 31, and Santa Fe's up-tempo offense has really bothered Orlando here on this drive. A quick pass to the outside will halt for the moment the no-huddle offense for Santa Fe. A pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
That previous play by Quick, he makes those look routine. That's not an easy catch. He caught that rocket from Wilson in the leaping catch to grab that right over the middle. Dangerous pass because you may get your head knocked off if you're not careful, but he makes the spectacular look routine there, Quick.
8:10 to go in the 1st half. Santa Fe up just 5. Jake Calvin Kim takes the handoff, and I tell you what, that linebacker, I think that's Reese Walsh again. He's going to have a big night if he keeps coming off that edge like that.
Yeah, well, Santa Fe's just trying to keep him honest, but probably not Kim's game there.
It's 3rd down and 9 for Santa Fe, and Wilson will drop back to pass, throwing it deep. It's knocked back nearly into the hands of Reese Walsh, but I believe A.J. Lacoste was there on the coverage. It's 4th down again for Santa Fe. And, it doesn't feel like it yet, but Orlando is still going to stay within 1 score here about halfway through the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, the Gorillas are going to have a chance to score, but it feels like the momentum of this game is starting to shift towards Orlando, and the defense comes up with another big play. It's kind of been a bend don't break here the last couple of series. Let's see if that continues with this. Man, gets this high-powered offense.
Another 46-yard field goal is good for Hankins. Another player that just makes things look routine out there for Santa Fe. So your new score, it's just a 1-score game. With 7:48 to go in the 1st half, it's Santa Fe 22 and Orlando 14. If you missed the action last night, Minneapolis defeated Sioux Falls 35-30 in the upset to advance to the Teal Conference Championship game. They will take on the winner of this matchup. We also had another upset. Dallas on the road against Baltimore won 20-16 in a very well-played defensive grudge match, as the Roughnecks will face the winner of our next game, Queen City and Louisville, which will get underway as soon as possible once this one concludes, and Orlando will start the drive from the 22-yard line.
Some exciting games last night, Cam, and this one is looking no different. This one is looking juicy, if I can say that word.
Well, last night we had 2 teams dig themselves a hole. They just couldn't find enough to come back. Does Orlando have enough in them to come back in this ball game? And we didn't see too much of that whole getting out the big leads and then almost blowing them in the regular season, but that's definitely been the theme of the playoffs thus far. Lorenzo Allen does a nice job of keeping his feet in and picks up a solid 3 yards for the Intimidators.
one of the things that took place last night, Cam, though, in each one of those games, every play was so important, right up to the last minute. And within the last minute of the game, both games were kind of in jeopardy. Could have gone either way if they'd made some big plays there at the end. This is shaping up to be another one of those just nail biters.
Santa Fe 22, Orlando 14, second down and 7 for the Intimidators. They go trips off the right side. Connor Pyatt's out of the shotgun. He will drop back to pass. Nobody's really open, and then fires into double coverage to Nathan Chambers for a 6-yard gain. I tell you what, Steven, Zach Parker was wide open.
Well, that's something they focused on earlier, but good job by the receiver there, just even to hold on to the ball, knocking on the door to first down.
Yeah, we've seen some drop passes out of Orlando so far. Makes it a much more third and manageable here in the 4-3 defense is Santa Fe. Play action from Orlando, stepping up in the pocket. Pyatt fires, pass caught. What a play from Pyatt. I thought he was going to take off and run with it, but I tell you what, Connor Pyatt, since those 2 early interceptions, and he threw them back to back too, really showing a lot of poise out there.
Well, I thought Parker for sure would have had the first down right there. This was like a giant hole for him to run right through the middle. He actually did run right through the middle, just didn't have the ball. But yeah, that's an interesting play call there on 3rd and 1, not to go to Parker, but it works out. Give him credit.
Nathan Chambers, 4 catches, 23 yards, and does have that touchdown. Pyatt will throw again, dumps it off over the middle. I believe that's Parker. I can tell by his speed immediately that was Zach Parker. You can tell the difference between Parker and everybody else on the field, and that's a gain of 6.
Yeah, the orange jerseys seem to retract from him whenever he has the ball. Powerful guy right there. It's going to take 2 or 3 of the Gorillas to get on his back in order for him to go down.
6:05 to go in the first half. Orlando again is on the move. Second down and 4. The handoff goes to Parker. Left side, tried to bounce it outside. He is swallowed up by Cabrera and Colin Douglas. It'll be 3rd down and 6, and we haven't seen that out of Orlando since very early on in the game.
Well, I'm glad that we get to hear Douglas's name here. Colin Douglas had that great return off the safety kick. But, Colin Douglas is very important to this defense. I want to see a big game from him tonight.
Trips off the left side for Orlando. 3rd down and 6. Pyatt's out of the shotgun. He will drop back to pass again. Connor Pyatt all day to throw. Fires it deep. Pass is picked off. Picked off at the 30-yard line. I believe Cesar Romero. And that was just great coverage down the field as Santa Fe dropped everybody.
And everything goes right for Orlando here. Pyatt has all day to throw, Cam. Not exactly. He must not have seen him coming across there. But to make that throw with all that time in the world, you got to question the decision making.
So the 3rd turnover for Orlando tonight, plus giving up the safety. Santa Fe has 2 turnovers of their own. It's been a bit of a sloppy first half by both squads. Santa Fe has an 8-point lead and the ball, and Matt Wilson is going long, and I mean way. Oh, he dropped a touchdown. Miles Morales had a touchdown. I can't believe what I just saw.
Intimidators, you just got a gift. That was a for sure 6 right there. And they're going to go into probably go into halftime with a significant lead if he makes that catch. Wow, that is an absolute gift.
Nick Nitro way over aggressively pursued that pass and left Morales on an island. That's probably the most egregious drop of the season in the SFL. I can't remember another one that was worse. Jake Calvin Kim with a loss of 2, and just like that, it's 3rd and 12.
Why even run the ball here, Santa Fe? I mean, I guess maybe trying to get the clock, maybe run it a little bit, but there's guys running open down the field. Once you continue to bomb that ball, I mean, goodness gracious, what a drop. I can't get over that.
Baffled. 3rd down and 12. Santa Fe, both these teams really trying to get out of their own way here in the first half as Wilson will drop back to pass. A deep 7-step drop back. He'll fire it outside. They said it was a catch. I'm not sure about that one either, Steven.
But I like the rope from Wilson.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pass.
The guy has been, that's one thing. He hasn't been off with his passes. His receivers have had some issues, but look at that rope.
He may have gotten that foot in bounds. Actually, he may have tapped. We're going to get another look at this. Orlando probably thinking, man, what do I got to do to get these refs on my side here tonight? As we're going to get our second challenge of the first half by Kyle Walsh. For now, it's a first down for Santa Fe. You never know which way these are going to go.
But you got to think that unless they see evidence to the contrary, they're going to stay with the call on the field. Wow.
I think that left foot he tapped him. Sometimes it seems like you need one. Sometimes it seems like you need two.
After review, the pass has been ruled incomplete.
And they're going to overturn the call on the field. I
don't agree.
don't agree either, Stephen. I really don't. It's going to be 4th down for Santa Fe, and they're going to have to punt the ball. That is such a huge call. And honestly, it looked more like a catch on the replay than it did beforehand.
And a big break for Orlando. We talked about the gift of the drop pass. Well, they get another gift in this call, in my opinion, anyway, on that challenge. So, Orlando, the defense has stepped up. They're going to get the ball in good field position. Now let's see if this offense can take advantage.
So Miles Morales' drop literally takes a touchdown off the board, and then the officials take a huge completion off the board for Santa Fe, and Orlando somehow, some way is still very much alive in this ball game.
Yeah, they take a 1st down off the board on a 3rd down, and basically turning the ball over there on the punt.
Wow, huge play and swing there for the Intimidators. 4:37 to go in the first half. 22-14. Santa Fe is up. They just jumped off sides. It's a free play for Orlando. A beautiful sidearm pass to Isaac Perez, who somersaults his way to a 1st down. And Connor Pyatt, he's making mistakes, but he's also making some throws that we're not used to seeing him complete.
I called Orlando an enigma. It's the Jekyll and Hyde of this team. This team is capable of playing really great offense, making explosive plays, running the football down your throat. They're capable of all those things, and they're capable also just as capable of disappearing.
By the way, the weather's a little bit more mild than it was. The sun is setting or has set tonight. 65 degrees. There's not a lot of wind here at Gorilla Park, but still another beautiful evening for some SFL football action. Zach Parker out of the gun. Look at Zach Parker go like a freight train. Picks up another 1st down to the Santa Fe 47. He's got 81 yards.
Why wouldn't you give this guy the ball? Why not? He is playing out of his mind right now. If this comeback is going to happen, Cam, is going to come through Parker. I think it's pretty evident at this point.
Sanchez and Cabrera, each who had a pretty decent first half here, each had an opportunity at Parker and couldn't get it done. 1st and 10 at the Santa Fe 47. Orlando is back in Santa Fe territory as the first half is ticking away. Out of the shotgun with a trip set, and the handoff to Parker again. Parker, oh wow, he got picked up and thrown down. That was a quality tackle. I believe it was Okoye on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 3, but that's back-to-back runs for Orlando out of the shotgun. They are making the impossible, at least in the opinion of some teams in the league, possible here.
Yeah, I like the fact they're spreading them out and opening those lanes for Parker. It's good quality right now.
2nd down and 3. Now this time they're going to dump it off to Parker, and he took a big shot. Is that Colin Douglas out there making that big hit? He's usually there at the top of the screen, and if so, that's his 2nd tackle for loss tonight. 3rd and 5.
And we've seen how Parker's been destroying defenders. Solid open field tackle right there. Probably saved the 1st down.
Couple of solid open field tackles here in a row have saved the 1st down for Santa Fe. 3rd down and 5. Pyatt's out of the gun, back to pass, fires down nearly intercepted. That should have been a pick, and the drive will stall out for Orlando. So Santa Fe's defense is stepping up here. They're keeping the Intimidators at arm's length and just sort of waiting for their offense to figure things out and get it together.
That likely just took 3 points off the board. Big play by the secondary for Santa Fe right there. Just under 3 minutes left in the second half, and Santa Fe is going to get an opportunity here to increase their lead.
Some may forget the last time these two teams met, Orlando blew them out pretty good, 45-28. They outscored them 10-0 in the first, and then had that 90-yard pick six. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that on the punt save there. Santa Fe is going to start for the 2nd time in this game inside or at the 5-yard line. But back to the previous meeting, Santa Fe just really didn't have a chance in that game, and it was Nick Nitro and Zach Parker who were the reason why.
And Santa Fe has been on a roll all season, and they only lost 2 games, and Orlando was the one to beat them the most. So interesting matchup here in the postseason.
1st and 10 of the 5. Jay Calvin Kim. Oh my goodness, Jay Calvin Kim. Go to the sideline now and get yourself an award of some kind, because that run deserves an honor.
Whatever they're giving to Parker, Kim must have got a little bit of that, because wow, look at this, just destroys the defender.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Did you see? He stepped out of bounds on the sideline.
Are they going to challenge that?
But Orlando, I'm not sure. Do you get a third challenge if you've been successful on your first 2? It doesn't look like they're going to challenge. I mean, the rules are.
And it may be they're so far into their own territory they may not want to even risk it right now.
Yeah, maybe, but that definitely, I think, probably should have gone against Santa Fe. But Jay Calvin Kim reaps the benefits. Oh, that pass down the field is caught by Miles Morales. We have hit the 2-minute warning here in Santa Fe as we're getting our clock caught up and situated. But Matt Wilson with another dart will rejoin the action here in a moment. This is the SFL Network. So 1st down and 10 at the Santa Fe 44-yard line. The Gorillas are trying to get moving and get it back to a 2-touchdown advantage. Wilson will drop back to throw. Wilson's in trouble, and he avoided a sack. Matt Wilson still running. Now he's going to run. Oh, Matt Wilson slides past midfield to pick up 6 yards on a 2nd down and 4. And I'm sure if Matt Wilson calls in postgame, he's going to have some sort of clever line of maybe there was a lady standing at the 40 and he was just running towards her. But you don't see that often out of the big fella.
No, and he's had that the last 2 plays. I was impressed in the previous play in his work in the pocket. A little bit of a Houdini move right there. I didn't know he was capable of it. Wow, he's bringing his A game tonight.
3 receivers, and the handoff is going to go to Jay Calvin Kim. Why not after that last run, but he stopped short. Another more no-huddle offense out of Santa Fe. It's 3rd down and 3. And we'll see what they do on another 3rd down and short. Some quick slants, but now there's a late flag on the field. And if they're calling pass interference, I think that's a bad call too.
A bit of a bang-bang play there.
I just got to say it, Stephen. These officials have been horrible tonight. Just horrible. That's a spot foul and an automatic 1st down. They call it on Isaac Wallace. There's just... How can you call that on a big 3rd down like that?
Wow. I mean, it's one thing playing your opponent. It's another thing having to play the officials. Yeah, I don't agree. I'm right with you there. I don't agree on that one. But the clock's winding down here. It could cost Orlando some points here if they're not careful.
Call it maybe karma after overturning that call on the field that we didn't agree with, that we thought Santa Fe should have had the 1st down. And they get the 1st down this time. Matt Wilson steps in the pocket, deep ball down the field. That's caught. Oh, they said he was out of bounds. That's absurd. He tapped both feet in bounds. This is terrible officiating. Awful.
Well, I could see the makeup call maybe there for the last play, but this is... I thought that was clearly in bounds. What are we missing?
That was both feet. That is horrible. That's the worst one of them all. Oh man, this is going to be a rough second half to get through if these and we do not often have to criticize the officials here, but good night. That pass, one-handed catch by Miles Morales. You can't take that away from the big fella.
Drop a touchdown and make that catch.
3rd down and 5, 3 receivers for Santa Fe as they are trying to move the chains again for the 1st down. Throws it short over the middle. Oh, nice spin move. Down to the 33-yard line. 1st down for Santa Fe. They do have 2 timeouts left. 36 seconds to go in the 1st half. Again, 1st and 10 for Santa Fe. They need the 23 for the 1st down. Juan Bosco's bottom of the screen as the 1st half winds down. Back to pass Wilson. Deep ball down the field. That pass is knocked into the air and intercepted. And returned past the 20. Nick Nitro spins away and gets to the 28-yard line. His 3rd interception against Santa Fe this season. And Orlando's defense does it again.
Wow, man. Back and forth we go. The Stars are shining tonight on both sides of the ball. Look at the concentration here for him to catch it right out of the air. Good yards after catch. Saves the score, Cam. Likely saves the score.
You know, this isn't the prettiest of the 3 playoff games we've called so far, but it sure has a lot of action. That's for sure.
That is for sure. You know, if Santa Fe goes on to lose this game, we're going to be talking about those missed calls.
Yeah. I think probably the majority of them have gone against Santa Fe tonight. Although, I don't know, it's been pretty even across the board how poor things have been. Oh, Nathan Chambers takes a big hit, and Orlando's got all 3 timeouts, and they're not burning any. And this first half gets weirder and weirder. And now they're going to run to Zach Parker, and he's going to break a tackle. And Parker nearly got to midfield, and a timeout just in the nick of time by Orlando. Goodness gracious.
This is poor clock management here, Cam. I don't understand it. This has been such a mind-boggling game on so many aspects.
1 second to go in the first half. Orlando's just going to have to chuck up a Hail Mary here. And I just am baffled by so much of what I've seen in this first half. Who knows? Maybe Orlando will score here.
It wouldn't surprise me in this sort of game that's going so back and forth.
Pyatt back to pass, and Pyatt will and actually, they got another timeout in, and I'm not sure how they did that either, Stephen.
With 2 seconds, you can drop back and. That makes no sense.
You saw there was 2 seconds on the clock, wasn't there?
3. There were 3.
But still, there's no way that was 2 seconds worth.
Drop back, get sacked, move around a little pocket a little bit, and get sacked within 2 seconds, and still be able to call the timeout.
That's halftime. That's halftime. Our clock says it's halftime. There's no way they get that opportunity. I'm done. I've seen way too many bizarre calls here as Connor Pyatt is going to run around and he's going to avoid a sack, and then he's going to get blasted at the 33.
Wow.
Let's all just take a breath and regroup as Christ Lewis comes in there and cleans up on Connor Pyatt. That is the end of the first half of play, and I don't even know where to begin with the analysis of this game.
The Gorillas are going to need to make halftime adjustments. The Intimidators are going to have to make halftime adjustments, and they need to swap out this officiating crew. They need some halftime adjustments with them.
Ooh, so, man, I got to be pretty happy if I'm Orlando. They are outgaining Santa Fe's offense right now. That is wild. 99 through the air and 98 on the ground.
Yeah, and you've got that's a balanced offense, Cam. That's probably what you want, and we'll find success here against the Gorillas defense with. It's just the splash plays, I think, that have been the difference in this game. There have been some major plays on both sides of the ball that have just affected this and made it such a wild back and forth game.
Frosty42 in the chat is asking Orlando to call another timeout because there still may be time on the clock.
Why not?
And I don't blame them. I mean, we had 3 turnovers on each side, and you see the bouncing ball in the first half was just incredible. And even though there were a lot of great plays in the first half that didn't necessarily result in points. Jake Calvin Kim, Zach Parker, one-handed grabs, spinning away from traffic. We saw some brilliant plays made defensively. We saw some bizarre plays. A little bit of everything as Reese Walsh has 9 tackles for Orlando in the first half.
Well, yeah, Cam, I mean, if the second half is going to be anything like the first half, I mean, we might not be able to do the next game. This is nuts. This is the kind of action, though, that we live for, Cam. And you know what? I think it really speaks to the stars on both sides of the ball. They're coming to play, especially in the defensive secondary. If you make the tiniest little mistake, if you don't catch the ball, if you tip it up in the air, these guys are so talented, they're going to try to take it back for 6.
There were so many highlight reel plays in that first half. I think we're still in the first quarter showing highlights. It's just truly a bizarre game. And I tell you what, Orlando and Santa Fe historically, they played some wild ball games, and I'm not surprised that we're sitting where we're sitting. But if you're Santa Fe, you have to almost be wondering. What do we got to do to get Matt Wilson more efficient? Because over the last few weeks, he has made some critical mistakes out there.
Well, I think if you're Santa Fe, when this game started out and in the first quarter, you're pretty comfortable offensively. They seem to go and get in a rhythm early. I don't think you're as comfortable now in halftime. That's a credit to Orlando. and you know, they in some ways they've come to play, in some ways they failed. Again, that Jekyll and Hyde thing that we've talked about. Let's see what kind of team we get here in the second half.
Yeah, it's tough to say. You know, if I'm Orlando, I think that we may be wrongfully focused on the wrong phase of Orlando's offense, and I'll explain. You know, we were talking about earlier, you know, should they pass? Should they stick with the passing game because it seems to be working? Should they pound Zach Parker? You know, what should they do? Should they be a passing team? Should they be? Maybe the answer is that they get a little bit of both, and that's what they had in the first half, and they're still in the ballgame.
Well, I think they've been successful, Cam, obviously with Parker, not just as a rusher, but also as a receiver. You've seen them stop throwing deep as much as they did in that first quarter, and I think that's helped their offense here to try to get some stability, you know, to tie some of those, getting some longer offensive drives, you know, and it's not just 3 and outs, and or turning the ball over to interceptions because you try a long bomb.
Well, Santa Fe's going to get the ball to start the second half, and who knows what we're in for here as Chris Davis, returns it up to the 33-yard line. As second half, strap on your seatbelts. We're underway.
I don't think we've ever talked about the officials, Cam, as much as we've talked about them so far in this game. I mean, and they're going to be an important aspect when we go back and review this game. Let's see if they can keep it clean and get the calls right here in the second half.
Yeah, that was probably the worst officiated half of SFL football I've ever seen. It was missing calls all over the field. Matt Wilson is going to start off the second half with a bomb, and it's picked at the 44-yard line. It's picked by Woods. A hat trick for you, good sir. Orlando with the first down, and I'm trying to see who initially knocked that ball. It was Nick Nitro, but the guy is everywhere.
Of course it's Nitro. But when we talked about these athletes, you cannot make those kind of mistakes. You're off just by even a fraction of an inch. These guys will bat the ball, and once that ball gets batted up in the air, these athletes are talented enough to get it.
4 picks for Matt Wilson, and if I'm Orlando, I got to take advantage of this. I got to score on this drive because how many more opportunities are you going to get of Matt Wilson making mistakes? Probably not many more. Connor Pyatt's going deep. Oh, he's picked off at the 27.
You've got to be kidding.
Colin Douglas picks it off, and Pyatt gives it right back. I think both of these teams, I don't think either team tonight really deserves to win this one.
I'm not sure what they did at halftime to throw that, whatever their plan was. And we talked about Douglas, Cam. Well, I wanted to see him make some plays tonight. Big one right there. For
those of you that were saying, you know what, Titans and Jaguars, Thursday Night Football, that's not going to be a very good game. I don't know. You're not seeing too much of pretty offense out of either of these teams right now as Wilson's pass fires to the right. Oh, no, nearly made a fantastic play on the football. That was Kelly again, who's come up with a few good plays tonight.
Cam, if you like football, this is your kind of game. If you like offense, you've got offense. You like defense, you've got defense. If you like bad officials, you've got those too. You've got the whole gambit here. The SFL, the best and maybe the worst of what the SFL brings on a nightly basis. You gotta love this.
Second down and 10, nearly the 9th turnover and the 3rd in the first 24 seconds of the third quarter here. But that pass was knocked away and incomplete. Nice play over the middle. Nick D. Quick's got a first down for Santa Fe, and just like that, you know, it's the beauty and the tragedy of this game.
Absolutely. We've talked about Quick, man. He makes the spectacular look mundane. That's an average catch for that man right there.
So 10-20 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Santa Fe. Somehow they're still up by 8 because Orlando constantly continues to give things away. Another sidearm throw. Good tackle in the open field. Miles Morales is brought down by Isaac Wallace.
Kind of actually a relief to see a pass. It's only 5 yards, Cam, because we've just seen so many bombs here or longer passes. Yeah, I mean, that gives us a little bit of a breather. This game, man, this game has been amazing so far.
Second down and 6, 9:50 to go in the third. 3 receivers, 2 short side right, bottom of the screen for Santa Fe. That's Davis, I believe, in the slot. And Jay Calvin Kim's in the backfield. Matt Wilson's going to air it out long. It's picked again at the 30. What a move! And still on his feet is Lacoste. That's the 30. Lacoste has a pick six. Unbelievable!
Wow, look at the speed. The speed by the defender. Oh, my goodness. He outruns everyone, makes the athletic catch. Hey, look at the moves here, Cam. Look at all the orange jerseys. All the opportunities missed there. Wow, and the Jets. Boy, he just turns it on. That's running from the cop speed right there.
That's the league's leader in interceptions. He now has 12 in 13 games. And he juked Nick T. Quick out of his shoes. And the offense is on the field. They are going to try and tie it. Zach Parker's in the backfield. He is going to get the carry. He got it.
Yep.
It's a tie game at 22. And when you think that last night, it couldn't get any better than last night, we got this doozy on our hands.
Would you imagine? Could you have imagined earlier in this game when Santa Fe looked like they were dominating this game, that they were clicking on all cylinders, that we would be tied this early in the third quarter SFL football?
Oh my goodness. We haven't even played 2 minutes yet in the third quarter. We've got 3 turnovers, a pick six, and a 2-point conversion.
This second half is wow. I mean, just more of the same. This game continues to give.
Even more bizarre in the first half, if that's even possible, as Colin Douglas returns it up to the 32-yard line. And we don't even really need analysis of this game. We just get to sit back and watch the insanity unfold.
Best kind of games, Cam, when you're just enjoying it as a spectator, like everyone is just enjoying what's taking place and unfolding on the field. It's a good time.
This has got to be. By the way, it's an underlying storyline that we really haven't gotten to talk about. I'll get to it in a moment as Matt Wilson will fire outside to Chris Davis out there, or is that number 89?
89.
That is Hernandez out there, and that's an interesting setup. I wonder if somebody got hurt on that pick six trying to make a tackle.
Well, we'll take a look at the lineup here and see if anybody's out on the sidelines here.
Looking for a 10 and a 13, and we got a 13 and we got a 10. That was bizarre there.
Every once in a while you need a breather, Cam. I guess somebody might have had to go out and maybe get something retaped. You never know.
Well, chasing A.J. Lacoste is a tough assignment. As Jay Calvin Kim picks up one, may have just been exhausted from the pick six out of Lacoste. It's 3rd down and 6. For Santa Fe, and the storyline that I wanted to get to is this is Matt Wilson's first career playoff game. He's at home with a lot of big expectations. Maybe the nerves are just high right now.
Well, he seemed to be fine earlier in the game, making some plays in the pocket. Let's see what happens.
Good throw there. Wilson deep ball down the field to Nick T. Quick. That was on a dime.
And maybe, you know what, maybe we're not, in making that statement, Cam, maybe we're not giving the Intimidators defense much credit. They failed. The guy's right on his back right here, Cam. Just a wonderful throw and catch. Great chemistry right there by quarterback and receiver. Not much you can do about that. But for the most part, the Intimidators defense in the secondary especially has been outstanding tonight.
So, it's a funny thing in the chat. Lord Raider says the Maulers are licking their chops right now, and I don't blame them with the way these two teams have played tonight. 3 receivers. Wilson will hand it off to Jay Calvin Kim. He breaks off a tackle and nearly broke free. We've seen Kim do that time and time again. Get touchdowns just when you least expect it.
Yeah, and that's, Kim as a bronze running back going up against the number 1 rush in defense. You wouldn't think that'd be a very good strategy, but Kim has made them pay a couple times tonight.
So 2nd down and 2 at the Orlando 34, and quickly Santa Fe is back in the scoring position. Jay Calvin Kim, he lost a yard. Steven, he's got to hit the hole, man. He could have had a 1st down.
Yeah, but that Orlando Intimidators defense, they swarmed that hole, whatever hole there was, if there was one, they swarmed to it very quickly. They've got a lot of speed on that side of the ball. That's why they're number 1 against the run.
3rd down and 3. We're only 3 minutes into the third quarter.
It's only the third quarter?
3rd down and 3 for Santa Fe. 4 down linemen for Orlando. Oh, they're going to run the ball again on a counter. Oh, Orlando blows it up in the backfield. That was Steven Lambert. Talk about a veteran on this squad, a 7-season veteran of Orlando. Stephen Lambert, he's taken a back seat to Reese Walsh and others, but he makes the biggest defensive play, if that's even possible, this game, because they force a punt out of Santa Fe, and Orlando has an opportunity to take the lead.
I don't understand that play call, Kim. 3 straight runs.
Yeah.
You're knocking on the door of field goal range. Why not? The pass has been working for you for the most part when you're not throwing it deep.
And a good punt puts them inside the 10-yard line. Are they starting to not trust Matt Wilson as much? Or is the Orlando secondary giving them pause?
Well, Matt Wilson, you got to ride the train that got you there, Cam, and that's Matt Wilson and his arm. That's the best part about this offense, maybe outside of just having great receivers, but it's all been done on his arm. I don't think you can stop using him now. I mean, you got to go. It got to go. The offense has to go through.
6:57 to go in the third quarter, and Connor Piatt's airing it out deep, and Lorenzo Allen is all by himself. Colin Douglas turning on the Jets to chase him down, and he got him at the Santa Fe 13-yard line. Douglas gets burned, tries to make up for it, but Orlando's in the red zone.
Where was the coverage here? I want to see this replay. He's 10 yards away from him, Cam.
Douglas let him go. No safety help.
And I mean, any quarterback in the league can make that pass when you're that wide open. Lucky that Allen doesn't have the top-end speed anymore to get away, because that's a sure 6 points right there.
So Lorenzo Allen with his first big play of the game in Orlando is knocking on the door. They were down in this game. I'm trying to think of what their biggest deficit was. I know it was 14-0 early. Handoff goes to Parker, and Zach Parker will push ahead for a pickup of 3 yards, and that's the thing. Zach Parker, he had that one great drive, but we really haven't mentioned his name tonight. It's been everybody else.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think that might be a mistake by Orlando. They've gone away from Parker as much to try and get everybody else involved. At this point in the moment, I'm going through Parker.
So 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 22. Ball's at the 11-yard line. Piatt will throw. Piatt steps up in the pocket. Piatt is tackled from behind. Had some space to run there. That's a very athletic play by the big fella.
Yeah, it is. I'm surprised he didn't flip it out to Parker there and let's try to do something. But it's good that he didn't lose any yards there. But what a big boon this would be for this Santa Fe defense if they're able to hold Orlando to a field goal attempt. That'd be amazing for them.
But still, Orlando, you would think would take the lead even on a field goal as long as they don't take get the turnover. The pass to the outside is caught. Chambers turns the corner, and Orlando's got a touchdown.
Wow, what a turn! I thought for sure it was going to be a first down, but I didn't think he was going to be able to turn and get into the end zone as quick as he did. He had 2 Santa Fe defenders right there. He just has too much speed right there.
Cesar Romero took a poor angle on that. It was almost like he was worried about Chambers cutting back inside, and that little hesitation there allows Nathan Chambers to get into the end zone, and Orlando's winning.
This is their first lead of the game. Yeah, no, wow, and big plays, Cam. We talked about how conservative kind of that this Orlando team has been in the past. You never know what you're going to get from them. It's been big plays on offense. It's been big plays on defense. At this point in time in the game, I don't trust the lead anymore. There's just so much wild stuff has happened. You better build up those points while you can, because it switches up really quick.
Orlando is 3-4 all time in the playoffs. They have 2 championship appearances, 1 title. They're one of only 3 teams with at least 2 trips to the championship game, the others being Oklahoma City and the New York/Queen City franchise. And Queen City obviously is coming up next against Louisville whenever we are done with one of the most bizarre football games I've ever seen.
Yeah, and here we go. We've talked about Matt Wilson. We've talked about, well, are they losing maybe a little confidence in him? I don't think so, Cam. That he had a big pass in the last series to Nick T. Quick. He's got the weapons. They have the offensive firepower. They've showed it all season. This is their time to shine. Let's see if they do.
3 receivers, 2 off the left side, and back to pass is Matt Wilson, and Wilson will fire it short to Miles Morales. Oh, good job by Morales, dragging defenders, picks up 7 yards. There's an updated look at the stats again, Connor Pyatt, it's not been a great night, but he's having a better one than Matt Wilson.
Yeah, that's true, but you see those interceptions, 5 and 4, and I think the story more is what have these offenses done with those opportunities. So far, Orlando's in the lead because of it.
We've got a stat here from Lord Raider, a pretty good one. Wilson has thrown 4 interceptions in 4 different games this season coming in. Santa Fe was 3-1 in those games. The only loss they suffered was to Dallas, and it's 3rd down and inches after the Kim run.
I think it speaks to how they are able to overcome their mistakes.
Right.
Their offense is so potent.
I mean, they're still only down by 7.
They don't need as many opportunities as other teams to score.
3rd down and inches, trips off the right side, and Matt Wilson is under center. This time they trust Wilson, and Wilson fires it short, and great defense there by Stephen Lambert. Now, honestly, if I'm being picky here, that looked more like a PI than the other one did earlier in the half. Let's see if he got there early.
I think he did, Cam. I think he got there just a hair early.
Or did he swat the ball away first? See, if you swat the ball away, you can make the tack.
I think you can make the argument that maybe that he's going for the ball. That we see it in slow motion. He's obviously swiping for it, but maybe that's what these officials. Who knows what they're doing?
Well, it's Ray Bentley's got to come in and punt the ball away again. It's 4th down, and Orlando's defense, they stopped him again.
Yeah, and it's a good call. You know, there's still a lot of time in this ball game. Santa Fe is at home, so they feel like they can trust their defense. Their defense has played well outside of this last series, you know, Cam, and they're trying to have it.
Orlando goes up to the 24-yard line, and we're coming up here towards the end of the 3rd quarter. And who would have thought, since the first 3 minutes of this game, Orlando has outscored Santa Fe 29-8.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna look back on this quarter, Cam. I have a feeling, and we're gonna. I mean, if Orlando wins this has been their time to shine. This is where they kind of put their foot down.
So 1st down for the Intimidators, 2 in the backfield. Pyatt takes a 3-step drop, and he is crushed. A loss of 3. Lewis has 2 sacks. Nolan has 1. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Orlando, and that's something that the Intimidators have not done a lot of tonight. Bad plays on 1st down, or negative plays, rather.
Well, and something else that we haven't talked about is the pass rush. You know, we haven't talked about that on either side of the ball, but obviously these quarterbacks throwing so many turnovers, they're getting uncomfortable in the pocket at some points. 2nd
down and 13. Orlando up 7 with the ball. This time a much deeper drop back from Orlando, going deep down the middle of the field. That pass is caught wide open at the 50. Lorenzo Allen deep down the middle. And now we're seeing guys open all over the field.
Well, they found success earlier in this quarter going to Allen. He was wide open then. Look at him, wide open now. The only one covering him is the ref, which might be enough in this game. but they have found something with Allen, and they are going back to it again. I'd expect more Allen.
Orlando up 7, and they got the ball at midfield, essentially, and out of the shotgun. Zach Barker will take a carry. This time, Santa Fe sniffs it out. A loss of a yard. Avon Sanchez there again to make the stop.
You know, I'm not mad at you, Orlando. Let's try to get Parker going. I mean, he's been a little bit of the forgotten man here in the 2nd half, but he was your only successful player offensively in the first. Really, truly, in that first quarter, it was all him. So let's get Parker going. Yeah, it's a negative play there, but it's just part of just trying to get him going, get him involved.
2nd down, 11 for Pyatt. Pyatt back to pass, throws it over the middle. That pass is caught, a pickup of 8. Nathan Chambers has 6 catches on the night. It's 3rd down and a manageable 3 for Orlando as the clock ticks under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Get that kind of feeling outside of that Parker run. Get this kind of feeling that Orlando's getting it going a little bit. They're finding their groove. And Pyatt's in a nice little rhythm right now.
Pyatt's going empty now. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. A 3-3 defense out of Santa Fe. And back to pass is Pyatt. Pyatt's going to the outside. That is Chambers. Chambers! Whoa, little birdies swimming around his head, and it's 1st and 10 to the Santa Fe 36-yard line. But his 7th catch of the game, Nathan Chambers, continues to be an integral part of Orlando's turnaround late in the season.
I love the play call, Cam. Pyatt's been hot here recently. Let's let him get us the 1st down, a little out route. Don't think that this Santa Fe Gorillas defense isn't a little frustrated now that they've lost the lead, taking it out there a little bit on that hit.
Three receivers, two off the left side, and back to pass is coming to Pyatt, fires it down the middle, pass caught by Isaac Perez, a pickup of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Everyone getting a little bit more involved here for Orlando as the drive rolls on, mostly passing.
And why not? We've got guys running out there wide open. Why not go to the ones that are open, even if they aren't necessarily a quote-unquote star player?
Under a minute to go, and the handoff goes to Parker, and Parker's got a first down inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. And that's another first down for Orlando. They're just bleeding the clock right now.
And you talked about Parker being a wily veteran. A wily veteran move there, having patience, following his blockers, taking what they give him. When he sees the hole, explode through it. Didn't have to use his power there, used his speed. Something we don't talk about a lot with Parker.
20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Orlando is near the red zone, and Pyatt's out of the shotgun, back to pass. Will fire it outside, nearly picked. Oh, Chambers got picked up and tackled to the 15-yard line. Good open field tackle, but that could have been a pick six going the other way.
Dangerous pass, but give him credit. He completed it. He's hot right now. When you're hot as a quarterback, plays like that happen for you.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Orlando, I can't believe I'm saying it, they're up 29-22 on the Santa Fe Gorillas, trying to become the third straight road team to win a playoff game this season in the SFL. We'll be back to Mexico City after... Second down and 2 at the Santa Fe 15. Orlando continues to roll along here in the fourth quarter. The Gorillas defense looking for a stop. Wide open to the outside as Lorenzo Allen is a first down to the 11. And I don't think I have seen Orlando's passing attack providing this much of a consistent clinic as I've seen tonight.
They're on a roll, Cam, and you know, who would have thought here in the fourth quarter they have an opportunity here to go up 14 after what we saw there in the first half. But they're knocking on the door to a big opportunity for Orlando to prove that their win earlier this year against Santa Fe was not a fluke.
Out of the shotgun, Connor Pyatt has got Parker to his left. Parker's going to get the carry, and Parker stood up. I tell you, let's give Santa Fe's defense some credit. They've been much better on Zach Parker since the turn of the second half.
Yeah, they have, but I think they noticed how much, he was really their biggest player there in the first half, and have keyed up on him. But that has also opened up the lanes for other intimidator offensive players to take advantage of.
So second down and 10, 3 receivers. Now they go to Parker on a stretch. Haven't seen that much of the night. Breaks the tackle, and then another, and he's down at the 1.
Wow.
He looked into me, honestly. Let's see the replay again. Parker breaks 2 tackles. Orlando's just throwing a little bit of everything at him tonight.
Yeah.
And he's
very close.
Very close. I don't think it's worth a challenge or arguing and fighting over it. For it's first and goal,
it's a first down
for Orlando, and this has been their longest, best drive of the night. Santa Fe a bit desperate now. 10 minutes to go in the fourth, and the handoff around the end of Parker. Oh, Parker got stopped at the goal line. Excellent play by Cabrera, and it'll bring up second down and goal. Santa Fe looking for that hombre magic here right now.
You have the feeling that Santa Fe is putting their finger in the hole of the dike. They're trying to stop this dam from exploding in points right here. That's why you get Parker involved. Regardless, this guy's a power back. He can get you.
Well, Parker's not going to get him on that play. A loss of 2 yards, and I have to apologize. They said hombre, not Harambe, as I was thinking of the bad hombre Donald Trump bingo there. And it's third down and goal at the 4. Santa Fe, desperate. They have gotten 2 stops on Parker for a loss of 3 yards. I don't think we've seen this formation all night out of Orlando. Split backs out of the shotgun, 1 receiver either side. 9:05 to go in the fourth, and Pyatt will drop back to pass. He'll roll around, fire back. Oh, back corner of the end zone, and he overshot or misfired on his intended target, and Santa Fe gets a half stop.
I think his intended target fell down in the end zone. Now, whether he was pushed or not, I don't know, but he fell down. What a big play for this Santa Fe defense to hold them right at the goal line, especially when Parker was right there knocking on the door, literally right there. A big play for the Gorillas. They're going to have to swallow this 10-point lead.
And just when we thought there wasn't another big play or a big call or no call by these officials, as that field goal from 20 yards is good, it ends up taking points off the board for Orlando if, in fact, that was a touchdown. And I'm honestly convinced. I don't think Orlando does have another challenge because I thought they would have challenged that one.
Well, you know what? That's I think some of their mistakes in the first half are making us question things now. It was close. We knew that it was close, but yeah, that's if you. I don't want to say you wasted those challenge calls, but if you use them up, and you're kind of leaving it some of those calls in the officials' hands.
It's now a 32-8 run by Orlando. You just don't see teams get down early and just throw it away like Orlando has tonight. It's just a bizarre game.
Yeah, but let's all take this into account. Remember that Santa Fe, they have an awesome offense. They can put points up on you quick. This game is far from it.
And off to J. Calvin Kim around the end, and Calvin Kim keeps those legs churning like a butter-making expert, and that picks up 8. 2nd and 2 at the 36.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody in the league, I've been impressed with Kim. I think everybody in the league's been impressed with Kim. And it shows you right there the power that he brings in the short yardage game. He can break some too.
8:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Don't forget that coming up next, Queen City and Louisville from the Smoke Dome, as they like to call it. Oh! One-handed interception, one-handed pick, okay. And that's a non-star out there. That's Kelly making the play. I've seen it all tonight.
Well, if that's a non-star, that kid needs to be made a star as soon as possible. That is just one of the most amazing one-handed interceptions you'll ever see, Cam.
And if I'm Matt Wilson, I'm thinking, really?
Yeah.
Really? Get tip of the hat to Orlando's defense. They're just making plays out there.
They are, and probably a ball that was a little underthrown, Cam. You've got awesome wide receivers. You want to take advantage of it. You got a non-star cornerback covering them. That's in your favor. But the kid just makes a play.
Hyatt's pass is caught. A pickup of 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 7. And if I'm Santa Fe, I'm thinking, well, still 7 minutes to go and still a 10-point game. Just got to get some sort of spark, some sort of momentum or energy. And Connor Pyatt's really cleaned up his act. 2nd down and 7. 7:25 to go in the fourth. Orlando's up by 10. Back to pass is Pyatt. He'll check it down to Parker. Parker really didn't have anywhere to go. That's another tackle by Sanchez. He's had a fantastic evening.
Well, at the rate that their defense is playing here, they're playing so good right now as an offense. You're maybe not necessarily looking to score. Maybe more important for you is to take some time off of this clock and being really, really safe with the ball.
3rd down and 7 for Orlando. Santa Fe's got to get them off the field, and that they will. A quick change of possession there, and Santa Fe's defense really needed that one.
Conservative play calling, Cam, but again, we've seen turnovers change the path and direction of this game and the narrative of this game. So playing it safe, trusting your defense has been outstanding tonight. Up 10, middle of the fourth quarter. Not a bad philosophy.
But against Santa Fe, there's not many teams that you would say, no, we got to stay aggressive for 44 minutes. And against Santa Fe is probably one of those situations as the Gorillas get that ball up to the 19-yard line alongside Stephen Mullinex. I'm Cameron Irvine. We're a bit baffled by the drama that we have seen unfold. I mean, we're potentially commentating the 3rd straight upset of the SFL playoffs. I saw someone in the chat mention that this is better than March Madness, and yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have thought, especially with the way the regular season went. But Yeah, you just never know in this league as Bosco makes the catch.
I think it's a perfect word to describe what this game has been so far, Cam, is madness.
Yeah.
I mean, just on every level, madness in a good sense, and just some amazing plays that have taken place in this game. Some baffling calls, some weird bounces of the ball. Madness perfectly describes it.
So it's a 2nd down and 5 with 6:08 to go in the 4th quarter and counting for Santa Fe. And Wilson's got a wide open receiver. Oh, he spun away down the sideline. That's quick, and Rodney Woods makes the tackle at the 31.
Arguably the best wide receiver in the league, and you leave him wide open. Let the kid make a play. Look at Quick. Look at the spin. Quick put. That's an extra 40 yards there, Cam, from that little move right there. Quick lives up to his name.
And he put the move on Nick Nitro, too. Don't often see that. And it looked like maybe Orlando was coming in hot there. And good blitz recognition by Matt Wilson.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, I mean, Quick running wide open helps, too.
1st down and 10, 5.5 to go in the 4th. Hand off to Jay Calvin. He got away from one somehow and picks up a couple of yards. But I'm not sure of the play call. You got to go here.
Maybe just try to bring... We saw Orlando's defense on the big play. They were playing pretty far back. Maybe they're trying to bring those defenders up a little bit, trying to keep them honest with the run so they can continue to strike down the field.
I can see that. A 52 quarterback rating for Matt Wilson. It has not been a pretty night. He's got 6 picks. One of those went for a pick 6. It really changed this game and allowed Orlando to tie it on a 2-point conversion. Back to pass Matt Wilson. Wilson will fire it down the middle of the field. That pass is caught at the 24-yard line. And that's Juan Bosco on the catch. Or no huddle out of Santa Fe. It is 3rd down and 3, however. They are in field goal range for Hankins. Back to pass. Oh, Wilson's in trouble. He overthrew a diving Nick T. Quick, and actually he just may have thrown it a bit early because of the pressure in his face.
Under 5 minutes now here in the 4th, Cam. I think you've got to go for the field goal, get those points up, and then hope that your defense can make something happen.
So we'll definitely see the field goal here by Hankins, but the good pressure there by Orlando. No huddle offense for Santa Fe, and it hasn't really worked too well for them tonight.
Yeah, and I think that they just lost a little bit of patience there at the end. I think that he would have had his wide receiver open for the 1st down. Just either a bad route or a bad throw there. Give him a little bit more time, might have made that play.
Sometimes you feed off the crowd as the kick is good. You know, the crowd groans off of that run. You know, come on, let's get going, and they get it into their heads a little bit. Now here we are again, under 5 minutes to go, down 1 score. It is not uncommon to see onside kicks in this situation in the SFL, and it looks like we're going to see one here right now.
Wow. They must really believe that their defense is going to be able to hold this Intimidators.
Yeah,
they must believe it.
It's a huge risk, and it's not the craziest thing, surprisingly, that we've seen tonight. Onside kick is safely recovered, and look who it is. The man that just made the one-handed interception. That's Kelly recovering the onside kick.
And good for him to hold on to the ball. What a hit he took. But he knows the importance of holding on to the ball, giving that field position to his team. Now, can Orlando run this clock out?
So 1st down and 10, 4:38 to go in the 4th. Zach Parker has really struggled in the 2nd half. I wouldn't put it past Santa Fe's defense to get a stop. Hyatt's going to keep throwing. Steps into the pocket. There's a flag. Wide open to Nathan Chambers. This may come back due to a hold, and that's huge. It could put Orlando back in their own territory.
Yeah, boy, what a play call right there. Let's see, find out what the penalty is.
It's a hold, and it's another major call by the officiating crew in this game. 1st and 20 at midfield.
Well, if you want to get some encouragement out of that, Orlando, is the fact that Pyatt stepped up into the pocket and delivered a good ball to an open wide receiver. So it may not count as far as the stats are concerned,
right.
But you got to be confident in your quarterback. When you're making that kind of a play call, I would have run at myself.
Right.
Trying to run this clock and run Parker, let them try to destroy some defenders, but they've got another plan in mind apparently.
Staying aggressive, and Pyatt has really stepped up to the challenge here tonight. And this isn't his first rodeo. He nearly pulled off an upset against Louisville last season, if I recall. And Zach Parker again gets almost nothing. But But yeah, he's doing it here on the road. 2nd and 19, though. Orlando in a bit of a sticky situation, up 7.
Well, give Santa Fe's defensive line a lot of credit. 2 defensive linemen in the backfield almost the instant the ball is snapped. A failure there on the offensive line.
Don't forget, Queen City and Louisville is coming up as soon as possible, as soon as this game concludes. Obviously, we got to get the stats recorded and get our presentation reset, but we'll get that done as soon as possible. Connor Pyatt will have to dump it off to Zach Parker. And not only did he get just 2 yards, but the man who's made a lot of good plays tonight goes out of bounds and stops the clock, too. This is a nightmarish last couple of drives for Orlando, just trying not to lose this game.
Yeah, failure on both parts. The quarterback leading them towards out of bounds and Parker going out of bounds. That's worst case scenario. We're trying to bleed this clock. Apparently, Orlando's not interested in doing that.
And he had a lot of open field, too. He just couldn't stay in bounds, couldn't keep his balance, trips off the left side. Connor Pyatt's going to hand it off to Zach Parker, and it seems like Orlando is content with trusting their second-ranked scoring defense. They've had Santa Fe's number so far. It is a risky game.
Wow, and if Santa Fe is able to come back in this game and win this game, we've got to look back at this series here. Some poor play calling. Just 2 pass attempts, 1 called back, and then a run on 3rd and 16. I'm scratching my head over that.
And sometimes, Stephen, it's just a matter of, sometimes you're not as good as your opponent in terms of record. And Santa Fe definitely has had a more productive season. And you just get the feeling that sometimes when you're in that role that maybe you think you don't deserve, as Orlando, again, can't make a big play, and it puts Santa Fe at the 20-yard line. Sometimes in your heart of hearts that maybe you aren't the most talented team out there, and in doing so, you play more conservatively than your opponent.
Well, the way that Allen has played in this second half, I don't know that you don't try to look for him.
Right.
Even if Santa Fe intercepts it, I mean, other than the outside chance they return it for a big game, it's effectively a punt.
Well, trips off the right side. Santa Fe's got 3 timeouts and 3:10 to simply go down the field and tie this game. Matt Wilson back to pass, fires it outside, caught past the 40. 50 Morales down to the Orlando 41-yard line over the outstretched arms of the defender. Here we go again.
Are the Gorillas going to make Orlando pay for being too conservative? After that play, you've got to say it looks like it's going to be a yes.
That was a huge mismatch for Miles Morales on the outside. Big fella to try to defend, and Orlando had no hope there.
And give this offensive and the offensive coordinator a lot of credit. They're still going to this guy, even though he did have that one mishandled pass there. He's been big in this game.
2:40 to go in the 4th quarter and counting. Matt Wilson will dump it off to Jay Calvin. Kim in the open field, makes a man miss, but is tackled down to the 38-yard line. Santa Fe, you got to stay patient at this point because you've got the game in your hands right now.
Yeah, but I think with just over 2 minutes left in this game, you've got to get a score. You've got to get it in the end zone. Field goal's not going to do you.
Well, absolutely, obviously, but hey, we never know what's going to happen in the final 2 minutes of this game, that's for sure. 2nd down and 7, and Matt Wilson is under center, back to pass. Wilson is going long, and the pass is caught! Oh my goodness! Past the outstretched arms of Rodney Woods, it's a Santa Fe touchdown!
Here we go again, Cam. Here we go again. Can we handle another one of these games? We talked about how explosive Santa Fe's offense has been. Amazing there. What a play by the veteran Bosco to grab the ball, have situational awareness of where he's at on the field, positional awareness, get the turn right in the end zone. This game.
How did Rodney Woods not get a hand on that? Perfect position.
Well, he may be down on himself, but he's played so well tonight, Cam. I mean, honestly, Orlando would not be in this game without him and all those interceptions that he's had tonight. But you feel like sometimes it's only a matter of time with this Santa Fe offense. Way too conservative on the last series.
I wouldn't call this a classic, but it has been probably I don't know what to call it. I really don't know what to call it.
It may stand alone in its own way, Cam, because it's been like the commenter said earlier, it's been madness.
So Zach Clark on the return, a pretty good return out of the end zone. With 2:01 to go, Orlando will start at the 25-yard line. And I go back to the last meeting. Orlando shut out Santa Fe in the fourth quarter. That has not happened tonight. They've definitely played a much tighter ball game in this one as you look at Parker's updated numbers. 2:01 to go in the fourth quarter, 32-32. Can the pressure on Connor Pyatt, can he deliver? Dumps it off short, turning around is Isaac Perez to make the play, somehow picks up 5 yards. That's the 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network. I'm not afraid to say it, Stephen. My butt is sore from being in this chair and watching these phenomenal games unfold over the last couple of weeks. 2nd and 5, 1:56 to go. Connor Pyatt back to pass, goes down the middle of the field, threads the needle at the 45, no huddle. 1st and 10 for Orlando. Connor Pyatt still delivering strikes. Back to pass. He'll check it off to Parker and couldn't keep his momentum inbounds. Parker is pretty good on the outside, usually has not been tonight.
Not necessarily a bad thing. They lose it down, but they get a chance to regroup. Okay, guys, let's make sure that we're making smart plays here. We've still got three timeouts, a lot of time on the clock. We need a game-winning field goal here at the minimum.
So 1:38 to go, 2nd down and 10 at the Orlando 44-yard line. Trips off the right side. And Connor Pyatt will drop back to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws a deep ball down the field. Picked off by Douglas at the 27. He gets up, he's still going. Colin Douglas all the way to the Orlando 48-yard line. And Santa Fe has come all the way back.
We talked about Swing City last night, Cam. This is the real Swing City. These swings of possession have been crazy tonight. And if you're Connor Pyatt, you cannot make that throw in that situation. You can't. The last thing you need is a turnover. You've got all your timeouts. You've got plenty of time. You've got the momentum. I know you're hanging your head a little bit because of the last touchdown. Oh, but you got to be smarter with the ball, bud.
The number one pass offense is now on the field and needs about 16 yards to get into realistic field goal range to try to end up winning this game anyway, as Jake Calvin Kim is wrestled down to the 46-yard line. No panic out of Santa Fe. If I'm Orlando, I'm thinking, what happened? We were dominating this game.
Well, I'm thinking for right now, redemption for Wilson. This is his opportunity right now. Be smart with the ball. Don't learn from the veteran's mistake that you just saw, and don't turn the ball over.
1 minute to go. Matt Wilson back to pass. He's going deep down the field. Oh, it's picked again at the 22, and Orlando returns up to the 35. I'll be placing my pink slip in the in the box tomorrow in about 20 minutes. I don't think I can do another one of these.
Well, this is what we're going to remember this game for, is the roller coaster of mistakes by both of these quarterbacks.
That's the 4th pick for Rodney Woods.
And it's, wow, amazing. MVP playoff performance by him. But also, what are these quarterbacks' confidence has got to be shattered on both sides. Amazing.
I have commentated over 300 SFL games. I have never seen a game like this. Connor Pyatt, short throw, a narrow pick 6 again. 2nd and 10. Does anybody want to win this game? Does anybody want to win this game?
Wow. Let's give these defenses credit, man. They have come to play tonight. One of the most outstanding games I've seen by two different secondaries. Great games by both. Wow, look, he hits him in the inside of the elbow there. An opportunity for a pick pass.
46 seconds left on a 2nd down and 10 for Orlando now. I can't even remember who has the ball. It's changed hands so many times. The drive summary of this game is really going to be brutal. 46 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 10. A field goal could win the ball game, or dare I say, we're going to overtime. Connor Pyatt back to pass. He will chuck it to nobody. What is happening here?
We are seeing these quarterbacks falling apart right in front of our eyes, Cam. They need somebody to step up here that's under center to win this game. Big 3rd and 10 right here.
More picks than a Jennifer Lawrence leak. Thanks, Drew T513 on that.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
3rd down and 10. You don't know about that already.
Oh, that's
You've been
true. That's
living
been a
under
while
rock.
back in it.
3rd down and 10. 42 seconds to go in the fourth. We are tied. Trips off the right side. Connor Pyatt back to pass. Pyatt down the middle. Nearly picked again. It's 4th and 10. If I'm Orlando, I got to punt it away and play for overtime.
Well, you know what? Pyatt's confidence is shot. So which one of these quarterbacks is going to be able to play through those mistakes, have that amnesia? You think Pyatt would have the advantage here as a veteran here, but it might be Wilson who comes out the victor.
But I think Orlando's offense, it doesn't seem to have affected their defense yet, but I think Orlando's offense is just shell-shocked that this game is tied. I think it's in their heads.
Well, I think it goes back to that those bad play calls that we talked about that led to where we are now in this tie. It goes back to that, but boy, the momentum is it's been wild swing city.
As soon as possible, we are going to get you out to Louisville for Queen City and the Wolfpack. Gotta love doubleheaders, right, Steve?
Yes. If it's anything like this one, I don't know if we're going to survive the night.
Oh my goodness! 1st down and 10. 35 seconds left for Santa Fe. Who would have thought that the Gorillas, after 48,000 turnovers, would have an opportunity here to win the ball game in the last 30 seconds? Deep ball. Matt Wilson, a pass is caught on the sideline. Adam has at the 45-yard line. Can't ask for a much better play than that.
No, you know what? You got Juan Bosco out there, giving your young quarterback a lot of confidence. Look, just wide open. That's the kind of play that will spark another great play that could easily win this game.
31 seconds to go. 1st down. Santa Fe needs about 25 yards to get into realistic field goal range, although Hankins has a pretty good leg on him. 1st down and 10, and Wilson's under center with a 3-receiver set. Kim is behind him. 4 down linemen. They shift from right to left on that Orlando front. And Matt Wilson will drop the throw. 3-step drop. Oh, no, he's going to be sacked. I thought he was going to flip it outside, but a timeout is called by Santa Fe down to 26 seconds left. And that sack could not have come at a better time for the Intimidators.
Yeah, and it's a bad thing for Wilson, too, because he was just starting to get his confidence back a little bit there, and then he gets knocked around. Is he the type of guy that can be shaken by that, or is he the kind of guy that hardens him and makes him play better? We'll find out.
3 receivers all off to the short right side, ball closer to the right hash mark. 26 seconds to go, and Matt Wilson will drop the throw, going long. Oh, it's picked again. This is unreal. From the 31 to the 45-yard line, that is Kelly again, and this is approaching SFL record territory. Daniel Garcia, who we're going to see next, interestingly enough, has the SFL record. He threw 8 interceptions in a game one time, and this is one of those performances, yet we're not even sure if Orlando's going to win this game. This has been ugly.
He had his wide receiver. It was just a bad throw. It was poorly underthrown, and had an opportunity. Hey, his receiver makes that catch in that area, game's over. But now here we go, staring right in the face of possibly overturn.
I think I go back to that comment made in the chat. I think Minneapolis really is licking their chops because neither one of these teams has looked good tonight. Connor Pyatt back to pass, and Pyatt will fire a short pass caught, but a timeout, only a 2-yard pickup. But at least it wasn't an interception, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, would we be surprised in the next 16 seconds to see an interception? Absolutely not.
13 turnovers tonight, Steven.
Amazing.
13.
Wow.
13. Unbelievable.
There are some records defensively being broken. Well, probably on both sides of the ball being broken tonight. Maybe not so good records.
16 seconds left. Connor Pyatt, he goes out to Parker just dropped it.
Well, I don't think he was going to get anything very much anyway. That might be a blessing in disguise. You don't have to use a timeout. And maybe that's what Parker's thinking. He is a wily vet. You see the 2 defenders right on top of you. Go ahead and let that one go. Free timeout, basically.
This has been a 2-hour game.
Wow.
And we don't have many of those in the SFL, and it's been every minute of it has been truly bizarre. And with 13 seconds to go, the crowd is chanting defense. Here in Mexico, they are seeing one wild game. 3 receivers for Orlando, or they're trying to win the game, or are we going to have overtime? Deep ball throw from Connor Pine. Pass is wide open in the field goal range. Down to 8 seconds to go. Santa Fe takes a timeout. It's Nathan Chambers. They can win the game on a field goal.
You know the situation. You know, as a defense, you can't allow them to get to this certain part of the field. He's basically wide open right there, Cam. That likely has cost Santa Fe the game.
If I'm Orlando, I'm kicking it right now. There is no way I'm risking another turnover in this game. That's what they're going to do. 33 seconds to go, 33 yards on the field goal. 8 seconds to go for Orlando to try to finally, mercilessly end this game. The snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up in the air, and that is through from 32 yards away. 4 seconds left. Chris Davis, kickoff return touchdown, anyone?
Wow. Well, goodness. You know, it's the defenses that have kept this game exciting, all of those turnovers, and it's a failure on the Santa Fe's defense that costs them the game likely. 4 seconds left.
This is the last 4 seconds, maybe, of Santa Fe, another team with a glorious run that in very different games. We've had 3 very different playoff games. Will it end on this kickoff return? Chris Davis on the spin past the 30. The time is going to run out. The game is over. Orlando has beaten Santa Fe for the second time this season, 35-32. And we've got our 3rd straight road team getting a victory here tonight. I cannot believe what I just saw. 13 turnovers. Orlando still in the end outgained them.
Well, I don't think very many people picked Orlando to win this game tonight, especially not in Santa Fe's home.
Doug Bose did. He picked Orlando and Minneapolis in the Teal Conference Championship at the beginning of the year. How about that?
He's an SFL savant, so you gotta kind of. But man, Orlando. We asked at the very beginning of this broadcast, what are we going to see from Orlando tonight? There's such a mystery sometimes. We saw their best. We saw their worst. We saw the main thing is they're survivors, Cam. I really feel like nobody won this game. Somebody survived this game.
I think you're absolutely right. Morales, 107 yards and a touchdown. Bosco, 99 and the touchdown in the loss. This game was all about Orlando and their ability to force turnovers. They had 33 turnovers coming in, almost forcing over 3 a game. They're definitely over that average now. And I think it's only fitting now that we turn our attention to Orlando and Minneapolis, the 2 teams that are in their last hurrah, just won't give it up in a rematch of the Season 4 title game.
And guaranteed at least one of these great owners is going to be in the championship game. You know, what a way to go out. You know, that's the perfect end to, if they can win it in the championship. It'd be the perfect end to their SFL careers. But yeah, as we go and we look at 2 teams that are experienced, they are quality franchises, and they have proven to all of us in these last couple of days why they are who they are. They are still competitive.
Oh, sorry, Stephen. We realize we're running behind. We got to get the stats up. We got to get our package ready to go for the presentation side of things. So please bear with us. We will try to get on the air as soon as possible out to Louisville for Queen City and Louisville coming up. Could we see? We've seen 3 upsets so far. This, by far, would be the biggest upset in SFL history if Queen City can pull it off. And why wouldn't it happen this week in the SFL playoffs?
And the Corsairs are the perfect spoilers for the Wolfpack, who've been undefeated this season, but they are last year's champions. They're last season's, champions, and they were champions for a reason. They seem to turn it on towards the end of the season and definitely in the playoffs. They did so last year. Nobody was talking about the Corsairs for most of the last season. And this season, it's been a pretty big disappointment for the Corsairs because we just expected more from the former champions. But this is the time of year when they turn it on. And can they turn it on against a Wolfpack team that's been perfect?
It was an ugly win for Orlando, but they will take it. And now we turn our attention to Louisville, Kentucky. We will be on the air as soon as we can. Zach Parker gets the player of the game, although I would probably give it to Robert Woods with his 4 interceptions, and everyone else in that secondary for that matter. It's been a wild one from Mexico. Let's go into a dome, shall we? Let's get the 4th and final game get started as soon as we can. For Stephen Mullinex, I'm Cameron Irvine. We'll be back in just a moment. Continue to stay with us on the SFL Network on Twitch for another wild ride.